My grandfather used to tell me a lot of stories, starting from his traveling stories and life lessons and some boring stories that contained a lot about the topic that I'm going to talk about tonight. So I decided the topic that impacted him most without this all boring life lesson stories, which was being the owner of yourselves. And tonight that's going to be our topic, the 3 O's. My grandfather used to take me speeches more than stories because it was really long. And then one night, he told me about this being the owner of yourselves, starting from small things. I was 7, I didn't really know what that meant, but I still kept it in my mind, thought it was important. And then I started to do a little things by doing my chores, and then cleaning up and keeping takeaway when I was supposed to study. I started by small things. And then my grandfather started to talk more about this topic, like this. He gave me a really long speech, and then I was still young. I was 8 years old or 9 years old. And then I noticed that I learned a few things, but it was kind of off topic, that a human being could sleep while eating at the same time. And then while we were moving, we had a new house, so we were moving, our bookshelf was organized, and then I was moving my small bookshelf that I really liked. And then this random book just fell out of the sky. Probably the bookshelf though. So it's super nerdy, don't worry. It's called Studying is the Respect of My Life. So it sounds super nerdy. But the study here, I don't think it's mainly about the actual study, math, science, English. It's mostly about the life studying, so it really impacted me. And then it had the same contents that my grandfather used to tell me, which also kind of made me bored out, and I was like, nah, it's again. But it also impacted me a lot because I found that it was really funny that it also matched my grandfather's story, and I really liked the story itself too. It contains about stories about starting from small chores or like small things, but like putting your takeaway or YouTube away, and also having time management on you, because when you do this, like sometimes you do something else while doing this. Like for example, when you're in studio, you can watch YouTube and like do article at the same time. That's not being the owner of yourself. The book says that if you want to be an actual owner of yourself, you have to do one thing at the same time. So I got motivated by this book, and I started to write my book, which the title is Normal Life. I know the title is super normal because it's normal life. So it contains a story about the same thing that the other book also contains, but an easier version. It has my life story, kinda, and my grandfather's story. It also contains the book, the motivation. So this also has it also has the meaning of that book. But the main reason why I named it Normal Life is because many people can take different paths. Like someone can be a doctor, someone can be an actor, somebody can become, I don't know. So it's a normal life. You can feel like it's a normal life. Even though you're a star, you might be, it's normal, I don't care. But I thought about this, and it was normal life without the question mark until I finished the book. After I finished the book, I added a question mark there because I thought that it's not a normal life, like, and actually, because there's no definition that divides normal life and special life, and you don't know which life is a special life, because your life you might feel it's normal, but it might be a special life from some people. So I felt like this, and I wrote this book with all of my motivations, and I really enjoyed it, and I started to make little changes in myself too. So I used to, okay, I'll tell you this, my advisor, sorry. I used to watch YouTube and study sometimes, yeah. I know it's funny, and I'm not supposed to do that. And yeah, I did it, and I got caught by Mr. Face sometimes. And then after writing this book, I kind of started to make a change, writing for the TEDx and writing for my book. I started to make little changes to get away from YouTube, and then actually studying what I'm supposed to study, and then actually to write like my story when I'm supposed to do it. So I had better time management, which was also in the before story. So I think like starting from the small things is more important than doing like big things, like doing something to the society or something. Like I think it's really important to do something small and start from small things, because that might be it might develop to a big thing. So good luck and be a good owner of yourself. Thank you.